All right, we are live. We are live. We are live.
What is?
Baldhead'S podcast. We had this other thing.
Yes, we are live with Baldhead Podcast talking about things.
Yeah.
We had kicked it off. We were also talking about before we was talking about the kids in school. We was actually talking about all this gun violence and stuff. And I was saying that I was encouraging the ladies, especially everybody, but the ladies especially to get.
Sheree, I'm trying to do the intro part.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Motherfucker, shut up. Hey, this Baldhead podcast. I got to do my introductions. You see, I got a hot couple of guests on here tonight. Beautiful young ladies, comedians, working people, doing their thing ready. To the left of me, my sister in comedy, same neighborhood, crazy as hell, veteran in the game, legend on the microphone, the one and only Sheree Luckett. Goddamn it, make some noise. Sheree Luckett is in the building. Also down below, this crazy motherfucker right here is good friend of mine. We always have good conversations about real shit. Doing that thing in the comedy game, climbing the ladder real fast. My girl, comedian Mo Good. Mo Good in the building. And, we got a couple people from Can y'all see the comments coming in? Got a couple people from Facebook. My girl, my sister Melody Manning. What's up, Mel? Chapter 10. What up? Hello. My girl from Instagram, not Instagram, from YouTube. Felicia Rules. Hello. Hey, what's up, lady? My girl, Ashita Nicole does some of the coldest masks. If you got some jeans or some denim, she'll put some new life into them. And she can put your website up there, girl, so they can know where to go. But on Baldhead'S podcast today, we got some topics, some real shit going down. I want to get this one in and out because me being a comedian, I like to bring laughter, but I also want to bring the truth. What the fuck is they going on in Chicago where they shooting at a funeral?
That's not the first shooting they didn't have at a funeral. They was having all kind of shootings at funerals back in the 90s. Don't act like you went back in the 90s.
No,
they was shooting up
I was back in the 90s, but I know that ain't the first shooting. But right now, they acting like it's new or something because of everything that's been going on. Now, truth be told, Sheree, when we was growing up or coming up in the 90s, it was violence, but it wasn't at this level. It wasn't to me.
That's true.
Back then, stuff was
2020 was like different. Period. This is a crazy year. This is a very crazy year. I mean, I was telling everybody, you got to be totally disconnected from your spirit or who you are, not to pick up on what's going on right now. It's spiritually, if it ain't making you feel some type of way. I've never, in my lifetime, I've been on this planet now for over half a century, and I have never seen anything like this. Think of all the celebrities and everybody that's dying. It's like people dying, going to 40, going north. I just never seen nothing like this. The stuff that we seeing now is just crazy. The amount of kids that's being actually killed.
But the thing of it is, with that funeral yesterday, what was so crazy about it was they were shooting at what I think happened. Don't know. What I think happened was somebody got seen. Somebody saw somebody out there because a funeral will bring somebody out. But at the same time, what happened to that new rule that they had? Well, ain't a whole lot of people be at a funeral.
Well, that was a first place. Because I know when they first had said that it shouldn't be a lot of people at a funeral, and then they turned around and did the guy named that got choked out by the police officer. I know I should know his name and should never ever forget it, considering they said it a million times. Yeah, George Floyd. I mean, they had tens of thousands at his funeral, so I didn't understand the concept.
That man had 5 funerals.
That's what I'm saying. He had all the funerals. And I felt bad because all the people that, had family members and stuff that actually died, and they weren't allowed to have their people come. He had it where celebrities was able to come, and I want to get, thrown off from what we, actually talking about. But it's like I said, he had tens of thousands at his funerals.
He had a world tour funeral. I never knew nobody had a world tour funeral.
Exactly.
It was
Exactly.
they were
Well, I
selling
think the rabbit hole goes deep on that whole.
They were selling tickets to his funeral,
Yeah,
everything. Boy.
I got somebody. I got 2 to
Right.
funeral.
They had an Eventbrite for his funeral. I seen it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah, I don't.
what everybody the main question about everybody, they get to talking about gun control, they get to talking about this, they get to talking about what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And Mayor Lori Lanty Lightfoot say she ain't finna let Trump put them damn secret troop fuckers in the city. And I think, let me tell you something, my view on that. I think it'll escalate a lot worse. Because
it would.
They shooting at who they shooting at now.
Exactly.
Into who they went into it now. I think these people think if they get out there in the streets and they get to really gunning at motherfuckers, the motherfuckers ain't gonna shoot back. It was proven yesterday at their funeral. Them dudes in that car, they shot at them, and niggas was out there shot back.
Yeah.
It was crazy now. Yeah. I know some people out there that didn't had a gun, their guns weren't legal, but a motherfucker got it on them, and you popping around them, you think they ain't? Shit.
Yeah.
I know I would. Right. I know if I'm with my little we in danger, I'm shooting at you to get it. Because one thing for sure, you can give everybody license. Everybody license. But don't too many people want to be in no goddamn gunfight. What you think about that, Mo? Mo Good.
I really think that now is the time, I guess, for people to fight back, for people to take back their communities, for people to really have a stand. You got to pick a side, really, because if you for the bullshit, all that, that's you. But that's really not what we're trying to do. Like, I grew up in Chicago. I'm 32. My Chicago experience is completely different from my children. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't get to experience the same life. They don't get to see the same beauty that I see because it's more danger than beauty. It's insane out here that people are mourning at a funeral and somebody else shoots at a funeral. But the thing is, this isn't the first time that this has ever happened. This is a repeat. This is the first time that it's been publicized like this because really, I think the media has a way of swaying people into thinking Chicago is just murder capital when it's not. I'm not saying that it's not bad, but I'm also saying it's not the worst. I think the worst thing to me is that people are walking around in the mental states that they're in. It's real mental illness out here. There's real underlying issues going on that we as a community, we don't even have the resources to really to battle that. You know, nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about people killing, people shooting. Nobody's talking about the real issue behind it. It's people's mental state. Now, I work in health.
Mental state. What part of mental state are you referring to? I got a couple of them that I think.
It's quite a few. There's people that are currently walking around just from being in Chicago, Baldhead'S. Y'all know how we live life. We all walk around with PTSD, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody, pretty much all of us.
Get close, a bullet didn't shot you, killed the person next to you. We walk around with some PTSD. We have anxiety. We have a lot of depression going on. There's people who actually have mental illness, such as, a bipolar disease or, schizophrenia. There's so many people because, like I said, I work in healthcare and it's ignored, specifically in the Black community, because we don't have the resources for it. When they used to have what they call the crazy houses, they cleared all them out and have been dumping those people into the nursing home. They're not getting the right medications. They're not receiving therapy. And Black people think that therapy is like a hoax. They think they call it that's white people problems. You know what I mean? So
my dog, Smitty Smith, I call him the mayor of Inglewood. He put a post up the other day and told everybody, stop saying put the guns down because ain't nobody listening. Right. Now, in my defense, also, because me and Smitty got a lot of the same views. We had a press conference in Chicago, and I got on there and spoke. They didn't put my whole thing out there. They never do when they do the press. But I said, you telling these motherfuckers to put these guns down, which is cool. I agree. They need to put the guns down. But what are you gonna put in their hand?
Exactly.
I was working for Ceasefire Cure Violence for 2 years. And let me tell you what happened. I would say, I'm just giving y'all an example of a number. You got 20 guys that we try to give resources, other jobs to, and stuff like that, telling them how to do resumes, doing resumes for them, telling them how to dress for a job application. Job that we knew would even hire you if you had a felon. One of the guys came to me, said, man, I want to work. I want to change. He said, but I'm still in the same neighborhood. I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm like, what? He said, I get a job at Jiffy Lube. I'm going to work every day. One day I'm going to work. I get on the bus. I got my Jiffy Lube outfit on and everything. I'm waiting for the bus to come. I see one of the ops that I used to get into it with. He don't give a damn I got no Jiffy Lube. He don't give a damn on the change. I'm gunned down. I'm killed.
There you go.
He's like, what am I going to do now if I change and that one don't change? I gave a solution, and the solution was, I knew the solution was more scarier mentally than it was physically. I said, move. Move to another city, move to another state.
Geographics, something else.
And what it is if you really ain't into moving because you're used to being in your same situation, that's more scarier than even standing on that corner. You see this motherfucker coming with that gun.
Exactly.
Not changing is scarier than change to me.
Yeah, change is
and I think on top of all of that, what you're saying, I agree with everything that you said, but I'm looking at the fact they need to figure out why is there so many guns, first of all, being exposed to so many kids and grown-ups, period. I'm just saying, off the street. I'm like, I'm okay, but I'm like, come on now. These a lot of these youngsters can't, they don't have jobs or whatever, where they even could afford to go buy, you know, a gallon of milk. But they out here where they got all these guns. But I'm me personally, I'm not putting my gun down. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I feel. I'm not gonna let them, because in my opinion, I feel like they get to a point where they want to. It's a lot of violent things. Everything to me just be strategically done. Everything is so strategically done out here in the public to me. I feel like a lot of things go about being done. I don't want to go all deep into the rabbit hole, but I'm just saying I see a lot of stuff that goes down. And once the politicians and everybody start trying to do things to try to maneuver their point in the direction what they want you to think in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at all this gun violence going on and all this other stuff. Oh, y'all need to put y'all guns up. But at the same time, you go into the stores and the store sold out with guns. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, Mo, before you got on here, how when everybody, a lot of us was running, getting paper towels and tissue and all that stuff, it was a lot of white people going to buy guns. I mean, my son was going to buy him some extra guns, which he has guns, but he was like, he said, Mama, do you know it's hard to find guns? I'm like, are you serious? So while we in our neighborhood saying put the guns down, everybody else outside our neighborhood, they strapping up. Because everybody want to be prepared in case of a revolution. That's how I look at it. Whatever way you want to go about the revolution, they getting ready. And I'm not going to take my right to bear arms. I'm not going to do that.
All the guns in the world, but if ain't no damn bullets.
True that.
Man told me, I was talking about. I was like, man, why? I was asking them, why do you think there's a shortage in change? He said, shit. It's a shortage in bullets. I said, what? It's a shortage in bullets.
And it is. I was in Indiana this time and it was hard.
He said, I'm not going to sell you 9mm bullets unless I know you're buying a 9mm gun. That's how they rationalizing it down. And the thing of it is we ain't looking at the right shit. Black people ain't looking at the right shit. Black people looking at bullshit. 9mm.
That's always.
Need to change. Mo, Mo? I'm going to ask you, Mo. I'm going to ask both of y'all. I'm sorry because I got kind of thrown off. Let me answer one or two of these. Bring the comments in her head. Shout out to my girl Kelly Cook. She's always on supporting. Exactly, it is 100% strategy. Those guys are not purchasing those guns in the volume that they are being purchased. It is the plan as a day. Me being a motherfucker, be on the streets back like you said in the early 90s. Yeah, it wasn't shit to get a gun. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I had a bunch of guns back then, but at the same time, I said now wasn't getting a lot of bullets. And back then, when you could go, this was before you could even have a license to get a gun. You could, before I had a license to get a gun, you could buy bullets without license. You could buy bullets without license. And now,
Walmart used to sell them. You used to be able to go to Walmart and buy bullets.
Yeah, it's crazy. Netta. Nita said our money is about to become digital. Yep.
It is. It really is. They're going to a paperless society.
It was about to be, Cherie.
A paperless society.
Yeah,
it's going to be that's what they're going for. The currency is going to be all digital. The only thing you got to do is do your research. You'll see that for yourself. And I was telling my sister about this last year. She was like, "Oh, okay." But now she's seeing it. You go to all these different stores, and what you see, oh, we have a shortage of this, a shortage of that. That's how they do it. Same thing they did with the ATMs, right? Remember with the ATMs? At first, the bank tellers, you see the bank tellers. I told them, I said, in a minute, we're not going to have any bank tellers. Now you go into the average Chase Bank, especially if you go in a minority community, you go around us, it might be one bank teller in 3 ATMs for you to go to. Yeah, they're trying to get you more and more already.
They have a motherfucker in there don't know that they training you to get on this computer to alleviate your job. You can come over here and I can help you over here.
Exactly.
Help me. I don't want to get on this motherfucker. What if I put my money out?
We gonna keep it all the way up and go all the way in on that type of stuff. When it comes to all this artificial intelligence, ADI, all this is being taken over. I'm telling you, we've been programmed from day one. Now we got our phones. It started with our phones and Siri and the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? We communicate more now, just as much, I should say, with electronics and stuff like that, with all this artificial intelligence than we do with people.
Yeah, well, all I know is the answer to the gun violence in Chicago, and I'm gonna say everywhere because I know it's just not Chicago, but Chicago's being televised. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all this one thing I think too. I think Chicago violence is getting televised more than anybody. More than anybody violence, because if you think about it, it's been going on in Chicago. But I think it's televised more because remember that time Trump tried to come to Chicago and they wouldn't let that motherfucker get off the plane?
Trying to cut down your tourism and everything. Yeah.
They was like, we ain't gonna. They was like, he was coming to the rally there. The rally was already kicked off. Niggas was in the rally fighting and it was all shit. Yeah. And they told that motherfucker, sir, you can't get off the plane. He's like, but I have a building across the street. They don't give a fuck. You want to motherfuckers. Niggas don't want you.
Okay.
You better stay on airport and put on your airport one before you get off that fucking plane. That's why it even made more sense. And I ain't getting on this to be on no big thing when what was that motherfucking name? The dude from Empire supposed to get beat up and robbed.
Juicy Moye.
Yeah. Schmouye, whatever.
Juicy.
Jesse Mollett.
This ain't no
Jesse Mollett.
Yeah.
Or as my girl called him, Jesse Street Meat Mollett.
I was like, man.
That street meat.
Moving on to the other topic that you wanted to talk about, the domestic violence level with women.
That's what I was talking about. I said women need to strap up too. We just had a detective that moved from a young lady that moved from her hometown to Alabama. Young lady, beautiful young lady. She even started her YouTube channel where she do makeup and all that other stuff. But she became a detective because she moved up in the ranks real high and everything. She started dating another guy that was a member of the department or whatever. And when she started dating him, he started, in no time, she started noticing his, violent ways. So she started posting stuff about how women need to prepare themselves. She made sure she reported it to the police department. She did everything she's supposed to do that they tell us to do systematically, and the system failed her. He ended up coming over her house, even though she had the little restraining order and everything, and murdered the woman. And that's why I tell ladies, we really need to go out and make sure that we go to a good gun range, learn how to shoot, make sure you have your weapon, because you ever put in a situation, you need to know how to defend yourself.
But one thing too, Cherie, and this is me being a man and having sisters and, being a big brother or being a brother or cousin, y'all need to start realizing who y'all fucking with.
You ain't lying, and I'm a woman that comes from a household at one time that my mom was dealing with domestic violence on an everyday basis. Okay. I watched herself pull herself out of that situation and everything. Thank God. But I saw what she went through with it. So me, myself, personally, I don't want any parts. I've been blessed. Like I said, I'm a grown woman and I can honestly say I've been blessed where I haven't had that situation where I've had guys that fight me or jump on me and all that. I don't do that. As soon as I see an indication that you got an issue, because they show you who they are, you might ignore, but they show you. When I start seeing it, I start backing up. I will, man, pussy pedal backpack like with the quickness. I'll be gone.
You have to really believe them. You got to take your time and watch for them. People, you see a red flag, women be so in love. They be like, oh, that's just bright pink. No, bitch, it's red. Back up.
I got teenagers in high school who getting beat up every day. You know what I'm saying? They getting jumped on and they still in that situation.
I told women, like one of my cousins was like, oh, he texts me, he just thinking about me. And I said, well, when did he text you that? I said, what'd you say? She was like, we was in a car together and he was so romantic, he just texted me and he could have said it, but he texted to me. I said, bitch, he thinking about kicking your motherfucking ass. I said, let me tell you, some of y'all women don't even understand. And me,
that's what I'm saying.
They be some pink or some red. If a motherfucker let me give you an example. If you in the bed getting it in with a motherfucker, and that motherfucker either in the middle or the end say, I'll kill a motherfucker about that. Bitch, you are included in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Say that.
They will kill somebody about you after you gave something. They ain't saying, I'm not gonna never let nobody hurt you or harm you. I'm gonna protect you. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
T. Harris.
Exactly.
I dealt with domestic violence growing up. The system screwed me, and I'm a survivor. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to that, Shamika, because the system is set up.
I don't
you can have the paper trail in place. You can have a paper trail in place. You can do everything because I actually.
If you got a paper trail in place, if you got a paper trail in place, and as Cherie said, you got a paper trail in place, and then you blow this motherfucker brains out because he put his hands on you.
That's what you need. You need that paper trail.
But that's what I'm saying. Make sure you have that paper trail, but be ready to defend yourself. Be ready to defend yourself. And I even tell these guys, because I got 2 daughters and a son. I tell even my son, don't be with no woman that thinks she's gonna be putting your hands on you. It ain't worth it. This domestic violence things go both ways. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Women beating up on men. Now, I don't know what happened.
They
do. I heard Megan Thee Stallion was whooping on Tory Lanez. You had to shoot that big motherfucker, get him up off there.
I'm just saying. It's crazy.
Little
low key, that's what I heard. And that's why we weren't quick to say too much about it.
He a little dude like hot sauce. Yeah, don't know motherfucker want to say, hey, man.
Yeah, he only 5'3", 140 pounds. He tiny.
Yeah.
Right.
But that bullet was fast though.
Most women are afraid to live on their own or don't know how. So they stay in their relationship. Yeah. You got them women like your aunt, and really you think about domestic violence.
It is. But you know what though? I'm gonna say this, Baldhead. My mom, when she was going through her domestic situation, my mother had 7 children. Okay, 7 children. She was with my stepfather, and the last couple of children she had was with him. So he married her. She already had 5 kids. Okay. Right. Thing is, when he started beating on her the first time, she ended up leaving. She did. He talked that mess to her. She thinking about her whole situation. I get where she's coming from, and I keep in mind this back in the early 80s. Okay, very early, late 70s. I'm sorry, the late 70s. And when he pulled that crap again, my mother waited for him to go to work, and she left his ass. She got all of us. She like, get your stuff. She was real slick with it too. Hey, some people want to keep up a certain lifestyle. I'm just going by with my mom, and I'm not putting nobody down. But my mama gave a damn about a lifestyle. She had a husband that, he was paying the bills and they was doing their thing together, but he was an extremely jealous person, and she had to do what she had to do. She didn't even tell us. Hell, we just woke up the next day, come on from school. She's like, get your shit, we leaving. We like, okay. We got that wrong. So we were living like we was living, but we had peace of mind. You got to decide to yourself. You more worried about your lifestyle, or you worried about your peace of mind. And I'm not saying that's the situation with every woman, but it is a lot of women. They look at the fact, I don't want to give up my Benz, or I don't want to give up. He got a car, or he got this, or he make the most money. Okay, screw all that shit. Because if you without your health, you have nothing. You have nothing without your health. So I'd rather start from the bottom and work my way up to the top than to wake up with a black eye. I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing that one for nobody.
Well, that's crazy.
It's a lot of these young girls out here now.
Yeah, I better believe them when they show you who you are. Say that, Steve Byers.
It's a lot of women. Cherie, shut your ass up. Goddamn, I'm trying.
Damn.
Cherie, what
you should ask me on your damn podcast next month. If you ain't want get it together.
Cherie ain't gonna let you talk. Cherie gonna. But listen, what I'm saying, Cherie, is it's a lot of young girls out here now that are chasing a bag. They're just chasing the bag with a nigga, and they don't even give a fuck about getting their own bag. Some women now, some of these young girls now, they think that's getting a bag. Fucking with a nigga that got some money, rather he's and let me tell you something, they don't even want to fuck with no working nigga. They want to fuck with a nigga that's selling drugs, taking drugs, running them credit cards and all that, and all they just keep accumulating stuff, bags and purses and all of that. They ain't even accumulating nothing in a fucking relationship, no mental type of shit. So that's all they know. Yeah, I'm
Baldhead, when you empty inside, you try to fill it up with material. You don't have no substance behind you. You will fill it up. Yeah, you think bags, shoes, clothes, cars, you think that's it. You don't have any integrity. You don't have any smarts about you, any wits, no business savvy, nothing. If that's all you know. And a lot of us have been trained as from a woman's aspect, have been trained to, let a man take care of you and let a man do this, and a man is supposed to do this. I'm not finna sit at a table with a motherfucker, and I got to bring the table, the plates, the food, the everything. And no man should want that either. We both have to be able to build together and add on to this relationship.
That's right.
I never wanted to deal with a woman.
People aren't equally yoked anymore. So that's why there's so much violence. That's why people feel like they can talk down to you. Well, I'm paying this. Well, I'm doing that. People take money and that's power, in a lot of people's minds. And
I'm gonna tell you this. I was in my 30s. I was in my late 30s.
With an iron spirit for my mom. When I got grown, I wasn't taking that shit.
I know that's right, Monique.
But I'm just saying this. It's like it comes in all ages. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a woman at the time. She was in her mid-30s. She was making herself at least $60,000 a year. She was able to do things for herself. What I'm saying, self-sufficient mother, had one child or whatever, and her boyfriend was kicking her ass. He was kicking her ass, and she looked me in my face, and she said, "Well, you know what? He paid the cost for being the boss." I'm looking at her eye and her jaw. I'm like, "Nah, it look like your ass paying the cost for him to be the boss. That's who paying the cost." And it's like she was offended. I'm like, "How's that paying the cost to be the boss?"
Cherie, when you done with something, you'll walk off. Let me tell you my own personal testimony. I was in a domestic violence situation with my oldest son's father. The day I left everything. Only thing I packed up was a 47-inch TV I put in the back of my Impala, and all the clothes me and my baby had. I left that apartment. I got an eviction. When you are done, you are done.
Yeah,
I was sleeping from couch to couch with my baby until I got myself together, because I wasn't prepared for a hit like that. But I got myself together. This was over 9-10 years ago. But still, like, when you done, you gonna be done. That's why when a woman comes to me with a violent situation, I never judge her. I tell her, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'll be here. The day you show up at my door, I know you're ready.
But the scary part is sometimes they wait till it's too late. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out of that situation. And especially with children involved, I hate it, especially when children are involved.
Yeah.
You might know when you're tired, but at what cost? Now your children sitting up watching you go through all this. Now you didn't embedded this into their life and traumatize them, and they got to know what they got to go through. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly why I left. I said I have a son. I have two boys. At the time I had a 2-year-old boy watching me and his father. Them to go at it. And what I'm telling you is, I didn't want him to grow up and think that this is what love looks like, that this is how you treat a woman, this is how you treat a man. And you don't want to instill those values in your children. Then your children grow up, then they're violent, then they're angry, then they're out in the world with all these underlying issues that we talk about. And boom, here comes the gun violence. They take however they feel inside and they spread on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anger and hate, forget more hate and anger. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't nobody around family wise that you would listen to, because at one point in time when you was coming up, remember what go on in this house, stay in this house.
Stays in this house. Yeah.
What go on in this house stays in this house was one of the worst motherfucking things that ever could happen, because it was allowing domestic violence. It was also allowing pedophiles and
to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Because you never knew what went on in that house, because the main motherfuckers that was being child molesters and pedophiles was somebody you fucking knew that was in your fucking house. A close friend, a relative, or whatever the fuck that case was. That's why I hate that shit when people be saying that shit now. What's going on in this, man? Shut the fuck up. If it's a problem in your motherfucking household, you better tell somebody.
You better tell somebody.
How long
how you not feel safe at home?
Of it.
That's a sanctuary. How can you not feel safe at home? If what's at home is hurting me, is bothering me, I'm outsourcing. I'm telling anybody. I'm telling everybody. But your parents instill that in your head to be afraid of them and to be afraid to tell. Okay, just because your uncle been raping you since the 60s, you think I'm gonna let my uncle do something to me right here in the night? No,
it's like a family. And sometimes those people in the household know what's going on, and they have the weirdest looking faces. They have because they're allowing the wrong shit. When they allow the wrong shit, some of them have been a part of the wrong shit. Some of them just know we don't want to make our family look bad. Man, fuck your family looking bad. Now you got this motherfucker growed up thinking shit is like that, and like you say, he either be crazy, a serial killer, don't give a fuck, or just being super promiscuous. And I think and I know a lot of people gonna be mad at me, but some things happen in those relationships, in those lifestyles, in that life, in that household, that made somebody turn to be a homosexual.
Definitely. One of the things I heard about it.
Hold on, Shabby. I'm saying this because I don't want no LGBT people to be all offended, and if I ain't got all the letters right, hey, so fucking what? But y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this. I think one of the realest things I heard Dr. Umar say, and I'm not the hugest fan of his, but he said a lot of things that come into existence that he tells that's real. That's real. He said, like people say, and I'm not gonna make this about the gay thing, but would you say that's real? Because when I hear people say it's not a choice, stuff like that can happen to you and influence your choice of things in life. You know what I'm saying? Your sexuality is a very deep-rooted part of who you are. And when somebody takes something like that from you, it does a lot of disturbing things to your mindset. And I think while we talking about the gun violence and everything else, it is because a lot of stuff that's going on in the home, people taking to the street. You know what I'm saying? I look at my students and stuff like that all the time. I be like, what in the world? I see the way they interact with each other. Today's the way things going on is different from when we was growing up. You know what I'm saying? We could never call a boy a bitch. A boy can never call us a bitch. Somebody call us a bitch, it's gonna be a problem. These boys and girls call each other bitch like it's nothing. We got boys calling girls. I mean, who was that? We got Will Smith's son calling Young Thug hubby, and calling him his lover on Twitter and all this stuff. And it's supposed to be common practice of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like the world got some crazy ass.
Then they came up with a bunch of new shit and they forcing us to accept it. Because I don't accept a lot of that shit. But
hanging off their ass.
Let me move on to this. I'm a survivor of this also without any drugs or anything, just a lot of praying. Yeah, you got to have a lot of prayer. My sister,
but she got a lot of
faith. We don't understand. We create the problems by saying that don't talk about what happens in our household or family secrets creates mental illness often. Yeah, because
that's right, Monique. That's right, Monique.
Depression comes in.
She says it's allowed molestation to shake my head. Now let's move on, because all of this is starting to be depressing.
I know, and we comics. Let's get to the funny stuff, dude.
Let's get to the funny shit. All right. Now, okay, let me read one more. It made me become promiscuous until I realized my worth. It took a lot of growth within. All right.
Go, Lakeisha. Good for you, girl.
Good girl.
Now another
girl.
I got two beautiful black women on the panel.
Okay, so I said beautiful BBGs in life.
No, I'm serious. I want to know something, and I want y'all to speak for yourself, and I want y'all to speak for other women too. When and how long is the first time you let somebody go raw? Come on, let's go with it. Let's go with it. We go raw. How long? How long the raw?
When you said when was the last time?
No, not the last time. I said how long before
what?
You go raw. The ladies that are commenting, do me two favors. I want y'all to comment. And I also want y'all to share this.
I'm liking this conversation.
That's what you want. Please share it.
So that question one more time so I can have complete clarity.
How long is it before you let the dude go raw? How long is it before you go raw?
See, that's the thing. You cannot say that. It's different because I might go raw with this man the first time I got with him, and I might make this guy. I'm just being real. Shit. Hell, I got pregnant with my daughter the first time I had sex. So that was going raw the first time. Okay, I was a young mom, but that's what happened. First time I got pregnant. Okay, now in my defense, the first few times he thought he was actually putting it in, but he wasn't. But when I actually let him really put it in, I was a young girl. I was a teenager. I got pregnant.
Where did it go then?
I had the one leg thing going out the pants. Look, I had the one leg thing going out the pants. So he was really rubbing down there. And he thought he was doing something. And you know, back then we was young girls. We ain't shaved and stuff. We rubbing to get some hair and get some moisture. So he think he doing something. But the first time it did happen, boo, I got pregnant. He was raw, and I got pregnant. I'll never forget. I was going to see Beach Street. He got through beating that meat, and I went to see Electric Boogaloo. Okay, that's how it went down. Now, for future preference, for good, right? But the thing is, any woman to tell you what she might do with this one guy, she might not do with the other one. Now, in this day and age, now I don't want to go raw with nobody I don't know, and I don't kick it with like that or whatever. But people go raw every damn day. Don't good people lie. Like all these kids and shit being born, everybody want to lie like they don't go raw. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying go raw with everybody, but it depends on the person, the circumstances, and the setup. That's all it is.
Mo Good, what you say?
You know what? I agree with Cherie to a certain extent. Like, Cherie, just say you was a hoe when you was young. Just say that. Now, this one man, the first time I did it, just say it. If you a hoe, just say that, baby. We do bald hoe shit all the time. That's not a problem. The problem is with this. I'm going to tell you, as a woman, you know, I guess you know when the time when you didn't spend enough time with this man. If you I would prefer if you in a committed relationship with somebody and it's just you and him. And also, there needs to be something you never mentioned, Cherie. I'm not trying to put you on blast, but I hope you ain't itching because you didn't mention nothing about the clinic. I didn't mention nobody raw during the COVID because when nobody getting to no clinic. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
they didn't even, at one time they said that's not even essential clinic visits because if you get an STD, you had to just figure it out and pour ginger ale or salty vinegar chips on it or whatever you had to do to get rid of it because people were not going to the hospital for anything but COVID. Vapor rub.
Vicks Vapor rub.
Vapor rub.
And it's still hot going on, but it's cool.
And you just sprinkle some Mucinex on there to get the, you know, get the S right. I just think that you know when you know. You and that person feel that way about it.
Ladies that are watching have been commenting. How long before you let somebody? Do you agree with Cherie? How long? Or tell us your little brief story of your situation if you feel like talking about it.
Every woman will tell you. She might have. I done had a guy that I slept with for over 2 years. And I knew I wasn't involved with nobody but him. Let him tell he was only involved with me. But I never went without a condom with him. I just didn't. I didn't trust his spirit, what was going on in this situation, and I didn't. Now, a few months later, when I got with somebody else, I might have been with them maybe about 3 months and shit. It was going down. It was like, well, let's do us. You know what I'm saying? Because I was comfortable in that situation. And I think it's the same thing for guys. I don't think in this day and age, there's a lot of guys who might not want to go wrong with certain females. Be like,
listen,
but it's
don't speak for the guy.
Speak for the guy.
There you go. You right. I ain't got
no meat hanging low. I'm gonna tell you.
You right.
Some of us
dropping it
has always been a crazy thing. This situation, right, has always been a crazy thing. You exchange the fluids, right? One way or another, you exchange fluids. Yeah. If a man get in you, he's going to ejaculate a little bit. That's a fluid. And it's where your fluids are. I could never understand the fact that the woman would tell you to put on a rubber after you just got through licking her or after she got through sucking you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's stupid right there.
There is no way you can tell me I don't have it already or you don't have it already. So what the hell if I'm throwing this over? However the case may be. Now, if she said, I don't want to get pregnant. Understood. I can understand why. But don't tell me because you don't want me to do that and we already just got through. And it's not going to, it's not going to help. You're going to have it in a different place. In your mouth. Let me tell you something. I went to the clinic one time when my mama went to be back when your mom used to take the clinic. They used to have all them pamphlets. I looked at a pamphlet one time. I would never forget. They showed somebody's mouth. The inside of their mouth looked like a Nestle Crunch. My mom was like,
yeah, they could get all kind of stuff in their mouth. They can get all kind of disease.
That's what happened when you let a nasty girl sit on your face. She sat in the front of every whole place. Looked at me. I was like, ain't nobody been sitting. What are you talking about, mama? I was like 10, 11 years old, but I was looking at the pamphlets. And she was like, go get, she said, get all them pamphlets and read it. And guess what? I got all them pamphlets. I was knowledgeable. And I still, when I was 14 years old, got gonorrhea and had to get on the bus with my mama. And she knew I had gonorrhea or something. And she told everybody on the bus, don't let him sit by you. He got something because he been nasty with a nasty girl. And we had to ride the PTA bus.
Shame the hell out of you.
All the way on 63rd and Low, and we going in the basement, and she telling everybody in the basement, don't sit by him. He got something. Not my insurance ain't gonna cover you. It was the most embarrassing thing in my life. And then my mama, we get home, she my own dishes and my own silverware and shit, and tell me you got to clean this shit yourself, and your food to be at the door. You can't sit in the table. You can't sit in my seat. It was all type of crap. And I never got nothing again. And probably, and I ain't gonna say because the lack of not trying, but it was the lack of just luck and grace of God. Sometimes you got to pray over your food before you eat
it. You know what's crazy, boy? That's why I tell you, I hear guys talk crazy like that. A guy will go raw with you, but won't trust you with his cell phone. You rather like shit. I take it.
Your cell phone gonna let you not go raw no more. If he get
that cell phone, he gonna have to strap her from then on out.
Oh, my girl said, "Hun, I got you." Oh, I don't want to tell that.
But look, all I'm trying to tell y'all, and with me asking y'all ladies that question is, be safe. Be safe, because there's still some shit going on. The COVID, and me, y'all know I had the COVID, was damn near on my deathbed with that shit.
Yeah, we had Marty. Shout out to Marcy. I'm sorry, Marcy Delaney.
Still going on. This other shit still going on.
Yeah.
It's people out here fucking.
And they still dudes trying to fuck regardless of the COVID. And they
listen, you ain't gonna catch the COVID sexually. But this what killed me is you'll put a mask on, but the nigga still go wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If I'm still be a Unabomber nigga like that, man, I'm out here with no mask on. Dig out. I'm out here. But I'm not. I'm strapping up on every motherfucking level of life. I hate now that I ran out of gloves. I got to go buy some more gloves to stop touching shit because I'm scared. It's gonna be a shortage in sanitizer in a minute. It's just, you got to be worried about a lot of shit.
It is a shortage. What Lysol, that ball head? We still don't have no Lysol. We cannot get Lysol in the store. What sanitizer white? We can't get the white.
Whatever they was using in Lysol is going in alcohol now. You can't really get no alcohol.
I think every man. Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm on COVID restrictions since I don't have no man. I don't know why. Don't y'all worry about that. I'll be all right. But since I'm on COVID restriction, so I don't have those problems. But if I was to get old or something, I think that I'm gonna want them to dip it in Clorox, dip it in Lysol.
Hey, they got other sanitizer and shit, but we so used to Lysol, and I don't know why. Like I remember at one point in time, you going to Walmart or any store, the shelf where the alcohol would be was totally empty. And they never
remember it used to be packed. Didn't nobody even buy none of that. I've been buying sanitizer.
I got that green alcohol on your ass. I got that shit for your knee and
I'm trying to tell you, that shit that'll tell you
that green
mama tell you to rub behind her knees for it. Get this knee right here. Look, everybody went out. They was out of bleach wipes and they was out of Lysol, but it was a whole fucking aisle of bleach. I'm like, y'all so retarded. So I bought the bleach. I'm gonna tell y'all a little hack. What you can do is take some baby wipes, because they did have a lot of baby wipes. You can actually let them
and just soak them in the bleach.
Or you can just soak them in the bleach and keep them in regular plastic baggies or something like that.
What the counter there?
That's what I've been doing.
You make your own bleach wipes.
Everything dealing with my household, our safety, bleach or alcohol. Bleach or alcohol. I got some awesome too, but
awesome too. Yeah, but you just soak the baby wipes in the bleach and you have bleach wipes. That's all you gotta do.
What's crazy? When people used to go somewhere and you see people, and before you leave, they say, "Hey, be safe." They ain't talking about being safe from getting robbed. They like keep your mask.
They talk your health wise.
That's what
you know. What about it more now? People definitely say that more now. Be safe. Be careful out there.
You can't take a picture on Instagram. Me, I take a picture now. You know, motherfucker know I was sick. They like, "Hey man, why you ain't got your mask on?" Look at the picture. And I had so much that I had to start having, like, I have my mask on, but I'm like, if I take a picture with somebody and I got my mask on, motherfucker be like, "Who the fuck you just take a picture with?" So I have my ear, take the picture. And a lot of pictures I've been taking, I've been holding my motherfucking breath.
Yeah, I hold mine. I ain't gonna even lie. I can take a picture of my own brother and I be holding my breath. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me tell y'all something. I got so much anxiety being around people. Like, you know, comedy started to come back in a little bit here and there. Like, I literally would either have to have me a drink or something like that, because if most of y'all don't know, I'm actually a CNA. I actually have been working in healthcare for the last 15 years. And when I tell y'all, during this whole COVID, I've seen so much death. I've been literally people dying in my arms. I worked on the COVID unit for weeks. Like, it was crazy, the things that I've seen. So I do have anxiety more so about being around people. I'm just more cautious, I feel like. And my children, they don't go nowhere. Yeah, I'm a CNA. I've been working as a CNA since I was 16. I also have an associate's in medical assistant. So I do have a strong background in pharmacology, things like that, anatomy and physiology. I understand the body completely. And when I tell y'all, this disease is like, it's like an artist. And I don't mean that in a beautiful way. I mean, you never know how it can evolve in your body. You don't know what it's gonna do. It takes one little thing and attacks that and just starts tearing up everything. That's why I tell people, be safe, be careful. And like the worst part, I think, of COVID is people have been so concerned about the mask, but nobody's brushing their teeth. There's not a shortage in toothpaste. I have a problem with that. People are smelling their back breath and they okay with it. So now you smell what I smell, sir, and you need to get in court.
People gonna do bad breath always. Believe that. I know. They'll be there about no COVID when it comes to their breath.
COVID has exposed a number of nasty people.
Oh God!
COVID has made so many people germ aware that they've been paying attention to shit. Let me tell you what I seen. I got on a Greyhound. I had to ride the Greyhound from Chicago because I didn't want to ride a plane. Because the last time I rode a plane, it made my shit escalate, and that's when I was real fucked up.
I remember.
However, I was on the bus, and we stopped in a little town. A dude got off the bus. He didn't have his mask on at the time. And this motherfucker took that one side of the nose to, yeah. And
I
hate that.
This how he cleaned his hand off.
Oh.
Let me tell you what I did.
I'd do this.
I hollered loud, hey, he's nasty. What? He ain't got no sanity. You better go in that bathroom. He's getting on that bathroom. He got it. He got AIDS, he got AIDS, he got asthma, he got dog disease, he got every motherfucker thing. And everybody was laughing. And he was like, nigga, go now. I'm go to that now. If I don't hit the dryer now, I'm gonna beat your man. I ain't even gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna catch you what you got. You nasty motherfucker. Why would you clean your nose out like that?
Baldhead. Knowing what you know about how unsanitary adults are, shouldn't they keep these fucking kids out of school? Because kids are just as nasty as their mamas and daddies.
Man, the situation with the kids, we can get on that. Situation with the kids going. My personal thing. Cherie's a teacher, and she was also a motherfucker that used to make them kids get in order. Let me tell you something. I got nieces. 2 situations happened with both my nieces. Picked one of my nieces up one day, and she was like 6, 7. She's going to school, daycare. Kissed her. Hey, baby. She said, I'm sick. I said, motherfucker. I went home that night and was throwing her and shooting at the same damn time. Because she had the bug, I got the bug. My other niece, the same exact thing a couple of years later. Kids are in school. It's hot. It's heat. It's a bunch of them. They all over each other. They're playing. They don't know anything about social distancing.
No.
They don't. My daughter
don't even know about personal space yet.
I'm at a high school.
Always on me. And you got to realize they don't know about social distancing because they're young. They don't know about germs. They don't understand. So they pass them very fast. When it comes to especially a bunch of other kids, ain't no fucking way my daughter's gonna go back to them schools. A homeschooler, I gotta sit home and be some of her motherfucking homework might be wrong because I don't know some of that new shit. But she gonna, goddamn it, get it. Fuck that. I'm not
even the high school kids, they be all over each other all day in class. They fall. They touching each other. They hitting on each other all the time. They're not gonna be able to function like that. They gonna go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom when I go to the students' restroom. They don't even wash their hands a lot of times. They just leave out the restroom. And there wasn't no damn pandemic. They didn't give a shit. They just go on.
Because my kids are 11 and 4. I'm not sending either one of them back to school. Like, that's just not going to happen until they get this shit right. Like, it's not happening with mine. Period.
They should have a motherfucker in the bathroom at all times. Like they got a motherfucker in the bathroom at the club with a different job, though. When your ass in that bathroom, that motherfucker come in and standing in that bathroom. No, I'm making sure when you get off that toilet, you wash your motherfucking hands. And I'm
you're right. I didn't even think about that. We do need a bathroom.
Bring your punk ass back here.
You want that
job? I'll get that job.
You will do it. Get the punk ass back here.
But that is a job that needs to be implemented, though. It is. They do. They need somebody in the restroom to tell them. They don't give a damn about washing their hands. They really don't. They will walk out and be like, whatever.
And all the bathroom is now is a photo booth for these motherfuckers that want to take and somebody playing and shit. Fuck that. Y'all nasty ass. Get your nasty ass. Wash your hands. Dry your hands. Get the fuck out. That's it. Get the fuck out. Hey, you stink. Whatever you eat, don't eat no more. Come on, wash your hands. Right there. That's the job.
That's how you got to talk to them, but they still ain't gonna wash their hands.
And security. I'm bathroom security, making sure you motherfuckers. They need that. Actually, they need that with grown folks. I was in the airport. When this COVID shit started, I was in the airport. I had to piss so bad, I shot to that motherfucker. First motherfucker I'm in the bathroom. Second motherfucker coming there, he done pissed. He like 2-3 stalls away from me, pissed and farted. And you know that nigga just walked up. I hurried up. I'm watching my ran. I said, hey, yo, get the fuck back in here.
You know what's right. And let the truth be told, everything they telling you to do, with the exception of wearing the mask, you already supposed to be doing anyway. I always been that way. I wash my freaking hands all the time. I clean up behind myself. I sanitize stuff. That's just the way I live. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie. I was trying to go back to driving Uber. But I know if somebody sneezed while I was in the car, I was gonna stop the car and beat the hell out of them. I'm like,
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. But let me tell you something. I have left people already. Let me tell you something.
What?
Listen, let me tell you what happened. I didn't even read the instructions, but that's the instructions now. The instructions for Uber and Lyft are basically the same. Everybody, you and the passenger has to have a mask on. For one.
Yeah.
Two, if they don't have a mask, you can refuse their motherfucking ass. And let me tell you, before I read it, I go to Walmart, pull up, 2 ladies, a baby. Nobody got no mask on. They ain't got no car seat for this baby. They get to proceed and reaching for the door. I said, y'all got a car seat? That's the first thing. I can refuse because you don't got a car seat. Something happened. I'm not finna be, this little motherfucker ain't finna be flying past me in the motherfucker back to the front. So I said, we can't get in here, but I can't see. She said, well, the other Uber driver, I said, well, man, I'm not him. And I'm not him. And I said, neither one of y'all got masks on. Well, I said, well, I'm not allowing you in my shit, and drove off. Now I'm at Walmart, so I had to bust a U and come back because I was picking them up at the door. I'm going back past. It's a lady, another lady, ain't got nothing to do with these 2 motherfucking ladies and this baby gonna try to do that old finger shit to me. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You want to pick up this lady and this baby? I said, fuck that baby. I don't know that baby. That baby probably got more shit than them motherfuckers. Kept driving.
Oh, they got that baby so exposed.
The baby like, I'm the only one that said shit to you.
Man, that baby probably got more shit than anybody.
And he like, hey, dude, I ain't want to get in either. You know what I'm saying?
The shirt, that little motherfucking shirt was dirty.
I didn't want to get in with none of y'all that.
I don't trust kids that got
I don't like no
t-shirt on and you got Kool-Aid and dirt and mustard. I don't trust you.
You can't trust no sticky ass.
You've been in the dirt.
You can't, but I'm saying, but they put that baby in that situation. He didn't put him in there.
I don't give a
baby. Look, you said that baby ain't shit either. You said y'all ass nasty. I know that baby really fucking.
But people,
y'all taking a risk. I know this baby already infested.
Hey, some dude was wrong. Knew he was wrong. Gonna walk up, man. I ain't got no mask, but ain't nothing wrong with me. I said it is something wrong. He like, what? I said you ain't got no mask. They should have never told me. They should have never told me I could drive off and leave these motherfuckers. Now, I want to stop.
Cherie, have you been tested for COVID?
Huh?
I'm asking Cherie, have you been tested for COVID?
Why? Why you asking me that?
I ain't saying like we gave it to you. I've been tested. I'm negative. You said ain't nothing wrong with you. I was thinking because I know you said you teach and you haven't been doing it. I say, have you been tested? If you ain't have no symptoms, there's really no reason.
No, I don't go around anybody like that. I've been real good with my social distancing. I haven't had any visitors in my home. Like I might have had like 3 visitors since this whole thing popped off, and we were social distancing. That's funny because my brother came over. He was my first visitor. And he came over, and he was about to sit right next to me. I'm like, dude, you get the couch, and I'll get the love seat. He's doing okay.
Her brother Jerry, that's my man, 100 grand. Crazy, that motherfucker is about almost hot sauce size. He's a little taller. Crazy than
T.I. looking ass.
Crazy
Why
than like.
We was into it yesterday. She. But no, I ain't got tested.
She got to be tested once a week.
Yeah, they test enough once a week, but I don't be there once a week. I miss
any social. I think any worker that's around older people have to be, because my mother is in a rehabilitation home from her having a stroke, and she told me that they got to test. Like one of my boys actually worked there. He was like, man, I got to be tested every week. I'm like,
every week.
I'm glad you do.
I'm not at work. I've been off work. They didn't tell me but one time the social distance. My ass made the doggone Red Sea, the widest Red Sea. I was like, you stay over there and I stay over here. I mean, I know you're gonna interact with people, but I don't let people be all in my face. And I'm not guaranteeing anything about my health, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. And I got other people that I do actually interact with that I wouldn't want to, pass anything on to them. And plus, keep in mind that testing, the crazy part about it is it's not 100 proof. That's the crazy part. It's people that got tested a couple of times and said it was negative and they still had it.
And they came back positive. And then now they're making it, if you test positive, you have to test negative twice in order to be cleared of it.
Yeah, they doing a whole lot of stuff. I'm like, no, I ain't trying to be.
Let me tell y'all something.
You remember they tried to send that infected stuff, them infected testers over here? They caught that. So there was thousands of them. I'm like, it might have been thousands or more that they didn't catch.
All I'm saying about the testing now is they not testing no motherfucker like they tested me. They put both them things up both my noses.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it on TV how they've been putting one up. No, get the other one. Goddamn it. I was mad as hell.
I watched my girl get it done. She's a phlebotomist at the hospital, and they consistently test them, and they was testing her. She sent me the video. She was live or something. I was like, oh gosh, I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
I didn't do all of that shit. I didn't do all of that, but I mean, I didn't know what the fuck it was when they first do. I knew they were saying they was testing me for COVID, but shit, I already was feeling like I was finna die, so I didn't give a fuck. Where that motherfucking thing went? They could have put that motherfucker in my ass. That's the test. Get it up there and swish it around.
Okay, you feel like you died.
Hey, get it up there. I couldn't argue with a motherfucker. I couldn't do shit. And when I first got out the hospital, there was so many IVs they had put in me for taking blood, for putting the antibiotics in me, and all of the medicine and everything. My arm, let me tell y'all, I had motherfucking Chevy Devy arms when I got out of the hospital. My arms was little than the motherfucker.
Why you got with my IV?
Chevy Devy gonna be on the show Sunday, but she gonna be on the show Sunday, but that's how my arms was little. I did something on the video. I was FaceTiming my boy. He said, man, what the fuck was that you just pulled up? I said, what you mean? I said, it's my arm. He said, nigga, where the rest of your arms? Like them little tiny ass arms, nigga. But what you got going on, Sheree? What you got going on and what you got coming up? Because we finna wrap it up.
I've been chilling. I'm working on some things coming up. I've been social distancing. I'm working on putting my own podcast together. I think that's something I'm gonna do. Of course, I'm gonna have you guys as a co-host sometimes. I'm doing that, and I'm trying to just make some future things happen, Other than that, like I said, I've been chill.
Where can they find you at on social media?
Oh, by all means, everybody, please look me up, Sheree Luckett. You can find me on Instagram under my name, Facebook, Snapchat, all the social media. You can find me just like that.
Right. Mo Good, what you got going on? What you got coming up?
If they follow my page, I got a couple of social distance shows coming up. We're doing a couple of things on Zoom within the next few weeks. I also last month, Juneteenth, some friends and I put out a comedy album that debuted at #1 on iTunes, Spotify. Here in the U.S. and in Europe, it's streaming in 11 different countries right now. I want y'all to look that up. Laughter is good for the soul. Look for my track 20, called Big G. We out here. Also, you can follow me at all social media at Mo Good Comedy. That's MOGOOD Comedy. So just follow me on any social media that you have. It's all the same. Just get with us because we still trying to do our comedy thing and keep it rolling. Make sure y'all keep supporting Baldhead.
Yes, y'all can be up on YouTube and iTunes. I forgot I'm on iTunes under Street Comedy Mess. You know what I gotta do? Niche Room. That's on 82nd and Pulaski. I'll be there next Thursday.
Y'all Chicago. She got a great social distance show. It's on the patio, I think. And what you said is on 80 what?
It's on 84th and Kedzie. 8404 South Kedzie.
84th and Kedzie. Good shit going on over there. Yeah, y'all go check out.
And y'all make sure y'all look us up.
And as always, me, your boy Baldhead. I got coming up. I got this every Wednesday, every Sunday. Baldhead's podcast. The next podcast, I got a few more great comics on the show. It will be at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. You can also view it later on the night. You can view this later on the night. Share the live, please, y'all. Please share the live. All donations for the podcast go to my Cash App, $ Baldhead Phillips. And let me tell you something. Money ain't going to be wasted. Money is going to promote my podcast, to make my podcast bigger, because I want it to be something that we all can enjoy and have fun. And I also want to be able to pay these motherfuckers when I be having them on here. These are some of my
You
friends.
ain't lying. Donate some of that cash out there.
So please donate to the podcast. Whatever you donate will be used in the right way. Also, I just came up with a new thing for my Facebook fan page. Only if you follow comedian Baldhead Phillips. It's called Afternoon Discussion with Baldhead. And I will be doing that through the week. Advertisement will be on that Facebook page. If you're on that Facebook page, please support it. If not, please go to comedian Baldhead Phillips, like the page. Hey, my website is comedian Baldhead Phillips. Go on there. You get t-shirts and stuff. I got t-shirts on there. Also, I got to do my promotions for my other people. You know,
come on, baby.
My assistant, she has some hand crack. Go check her hand crack brand out. It is called Hand Crack. www.tiaspa.com. Check that out. And also, if you have a hold on, let me get this right. You know, I got to read this so I can have it in order. Also, if you have a Fire Stick, bam, you got a Fire Stick. You can also go on www.wewatchtv.net, www.wewatchtv.net. Now look, Sheree, I want y'all to check this out. www.wewatchtv.net. Over 400 live stream channels, sports packages, in NFL, MLB, NBA, premium channels, works on Fire Stick, Android box phones, and computers. $30 a month or $10 off. You get a $10 off discount because you're boy with the hookup. If you type in the code Baldhead, capital letters Baldhead, you get this for $10 a month. All you need is Wi-Fi. So go to wewatchtv.net, or right now you can call this number 844-473-2588 extension 1.
Kelly Young, and
not 4,000. Well, I was reading what you said. I'm trying to read some from, but make sure y'all support that, because I got and shout out to my girl Kelly Cook. She is one of the people that are pushing that, because we paying too much money for cable. We paying too much motherfucking ridiculous shit for cable. Just go get a Wi-Fi package.
I have cable.
Go to wewatchtv.net and bam, get on in there. Get your Fire Stick, Android, computer, laptop, all of that. Hey, Baldhead,
thanks for having us.
Thank my girl Sheree Lucky for coming in. Thank my motherfucking girl Mo Good, looking like me with a wig on, baby.
No!
My motherfucking nigga.
Brothers and sisters.
Also, do y'all best to tune in. If you got it the live, please share it. That's all I'm asking. Got a lot of love for y'all. I will see y'all. Thank you, ladies, for being on today. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Next time. And as always, before leaving, I tell y'all pray for me. I pray for y'all. Peace out.
Bye-bye.